watch him on the way out.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh my God!
All right, both of you raise your right hands for me, please.
Oh, he's
That's a
awake.
weird one.
Swear the testimony in this case will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
These
Yes.
two against each other?
All right, Mr. Minnow asserts that Mr. Grubb attacked him with a baseball bat and reflected a picture of his injured arm as a result of that.
Whoa! Wait a minute. Oh, I just see him walking. All right, if
No
he gets back
copy of
up.
the police report and no criminal charge that I can see. So, Mr. Minnow, fill me in. Do you have any idea what's happened with that police report?
I did get a police report, and I did email it to the courts.
Former
You should have
lovers?
had that with
So, are they going to follow through? Is there going to be a referral to the prosecutor's office? What do you know?
Oh yes, that was sent to the prosecutor's office, the report, including the video.
Have you heard from the prosecutor's office?
No, I have not.
Have you checked with them to see what the status of the case is?
No, I have not.
Larry's either
I
laying
don't
on the
even have
floor
a way to
or has the very high
contact
plugs in his house.
that office, I guess, is what I need to do, I guess, for that.
It would be the Thurston County Prosecutor's Office.
Okay. But I thought I emailed the police report as well as the my witness report.
Yeah, I don't have any of that in here.
Wow.
Wow. I can't believe Larry attacked somebody with a baseball bat. Wow.
I have a couple of photos and that's it. That made it.
Well,
in. Okay. All right. So hold off for a second here. What was the date this occurred?
August, around August 1st, it happened.
Okay. And you said Mr. Grubb just came out and hit you
Yes.
with a baseball bat.
Yes, he has an issue with his dog, and I believe with my service animal, where he believes that when he is bringing his animal out to use the restroom, that I have to listen to his command and stay where I'm at until his pet is done using the restroom. Now I'm going to explain. Him and I share common areas on this property, and so every time this is the second time that this has happened. It happened last year, and this year it happened again, to where he will make his animal pee in the common area and expect me to wait wherever I'm at until his animal is done. And this happened last year, and last year when this occurred, I told him, I said, excuse me, but this is like an open space. If he has a problem, he can walk his animal away or whatever, but he chooses to stand there and command me to stop. And this is, like I said, this is a common area. We both live on the same property, 2 different buildings, and we share all these common areas, especially with our animals.
Is he treating Vince like a dog?
And that's the problem Grubbs has. There's like half a dozen people on this property with dogs. He does not say anything to them. He's always had said that to me. And the night that he had assaulted me with the club, after the security guard came out
the club
separate us.
He said plug.
Mr. Grubbs walked into the building with the club in his hand, and I yelled while I was on the ground with the security guard. I yelled at him saying, "What the F do you have that club for?" And he turned around and stated that was for people like me. Now, for one thing, we're not supposed to have We're not supposed to have weapons on this property. It's in our lease. We have a new lease this year that states no weapons on this property. I do not understand why Mr. Grubbs has to have a weapon when we do have a armed security guard on property right now.
All right.
Sounds like a
thank
nice
you.
place.
Yeah.
Mr. Grubb, is there a reason you're laying down?
Yes. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Yes, I have a bad back. I was an electrician. I fell 8 or 9 feet landing on my back on a concrete floor. My
Nice.
back
Okay.
compression fractures, a disc fracture, and 2 herniated discs. And right now, after sitting here, my back is in pain.
All right. Yeah, that's all I need to know. Okay, so before you
Good
say
enough
anything, I've
excuse, in other
sworn you
words,
in.
Larry.
Mr. Meno indicates that you assaulted him with a bat or a club, and that the police took a report, and he understands that report has been filed with the prosecutor's office.
What is
which
that thing
means,
that locks your steering
you know,
wheel?
I don't know any more than what he's told me.
Club.
You know, the club.
But that means they could be considering charges. If that's the case,
Be great if it was,
that's a pretty serious charge, probably a felony charge of assault if they choose to file it. And, you know, that risks long-term jail. So you don't have a lawyer with you right now.
Yeah, dude, he's
Anything
right
you
here.
say today could be used by a
He's laying in bed with
prosecutor if
Larry.
they do charge you with assault. So I want you to fully understand. And I'm confident that if you did have an attorney, the attorney would say, don't say anything in
The
that
club.
hearing when you're under oath, and you are under oath. So, want to say anything today or not?
Yes, sir, I do, because what he has said is less than accurate.
Okay.
Good job,
Okay,
Larry.
just tell me in your own words, you understand that anything you say today could be used against you if there's a criminal case. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, everyone else in this facility that has a dog, we work to avoid each other so there's not a problem. But Vince refuses to do so. All I asked him to do was wait until my dog was done going to the bathroom, and I went right back in the building. And I never threatened him. I never hit him. What happened was I raised my arm to intimidate him, and he grabbed my arm. And when he did, I put him on his back on the concrete, on the sidewalk. He pulled me down on top of me. And that's how my knee impacted the concrete.
thought that was
I
amazing.
had a mild heart attack in the process of all of this. I wound up in the hospital for 4 days. When I got out, I told the people running this place that I was done. I'm not going to live like this anymore, because the reason we have armed guards now is because there was a shooting in this building. When I went out, took my little dog out to go to the bathroom, I walked back in. I had to step over a dead body laying in the doorway. I had to walk around him. I went in my apartment. I got a tray of medical supplies, went back out, and then I saw where the bullet hit. And I knew there was nothing I could do because the bullet hit the guy's heart.
Electrician and paramedic.
Threatening him, no, I never threatened him. All I asked him to do was to stop and wait until my dog was done going to the bathroom. And everybody else around here with dogs, we avoid each other. So there's not a problem, but Vince doesn't do that.
So much
And
more
so
to
you
the
think
story.
you intimidate him, and then
He grabbed my arm,
Didn't hit
and I used a technique they taught me in 1969. I'm a veteran, and I put him on his back.
okay.
Reminds me of those videos we've
down on
seen.
top of him. And as I said, now I've got an appointment to see a cardiologist because of the heart attack I had, the mild heart attack I had, and they took an X-ray of my knee in the hospital. There's a chip, something in my knee. That's the reason for the orthopedic surgeon. But again, it goes back to if Vince would have stopped and waited, then none of this would have happened. If he would have stayed away from me, none of this would have happened.
Did they catch the killer? Or is he still roaming the halls? It could be Vince that shot the guy, allegedly.
Vince was laughing when he was talking about the heart attack and the dead body. Sitting back laughing.
Vince has got a good look.
My gosh,
Samurai.
I did not see any of this coming from the beginning at all.
Yeah, Larry was like, yeah, you damn right I want to
Your
say
Honor,
something.
I have
And
given
are you still resident at the property, Mr. Grubb?
Yes. And until
Okay.
I've already given notice to this place that as soon as I'm done with my medical issues, seeing the cardiologist, the orthopedic surgeon,
Oh, you'll never
I'm going to move. I'm done living like this. Had a murder on this property, and now we have this situation. You know, it goes on and on and on, and I'm done living like this. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm 72 years old. I will be 73 the 28th of October,
Happy
and
birthday.
I'm done being attacked by people. I'm not going to live like this.
I love Larry.
Because the individual that was shot went after me outside the building when I was taking my dog out to go to the bathroom. And 2 minutes later, I walked back into the building and step over his dead body because the guy in the apartment next to me, when this was going on outside, got up, went into his apartment, got a handgun, came back out, sat down in the same chair.
What's that got to do
And
with
when
it?
Jeffrey walked into the building, he started off on Chelsea, the woman behind the desk, then turned to go off on Steve, and Steve shot him. And I'm not going to live like this. I mean, I'm done. I refuse to go on like this.
Better be
Okay.
careful, Vince. You might be next.
And again, it does have nothing to do with Vince. I mean,
What about Steve that shot him? What happened to Steve? Steve popped the cap in the guy. Why? And what
no,
happened?
yeah, Daryl Larry's going to come back out and revive him.
Yeah. I went inside and grabbed my medical tray. Come back and, well, there was no helping the guy.
Ladies and
Steve's a
gentlemen,
crack shot.
Skylar, haven't seen her in quite a while.
No, but it's good to see her.
Mr. Grubb saying that there's sort of a rhythm of people taking their dogs out to go to the bathroom, and that Mr. Meno doesn't respect that rhythm, and that's why he got upset. He tried to intimidate Mr. Meno into
Always.
complying with it, and in the course of that, they ended up having a tussle. Mr. Meno says Mr. Grubb actually struck him with a club.
I didn't.
And the Olympia Police and Mr. Grubb denies that, and the Olympia Police came out and filed a report, and we don't know what the status of that report is.
They don't have
Uh,
cameras
I
there?
will indicate, I am going to sign the protection order. Mr. Grubb, you don't have the right to tell Mr. Meno what to do or not to do regarding the animals. You can ask him, and if he doesn't do anything, you don't go about trying to intimidate him into doing something different.
And to throw his
So I
tail
will
on his
grant the
back.
protection order. It'll be in effect for 1 year. It's not going to require any
Yeah.
distance limitation since you both live on the same property. It's just that
Larry's
you
out
are
there
to
looking
have
at
no
Vincent through the
contact with
window.
Mr. Meno at all during that year period. So you can't say anything to him. You can't go to his residence. You're to have no contact with Mr. Meno. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Watch out.
Okay.
Larry's going to get up with Steve
All
and
right,
going to put
I
a
signed
hit
that
out on
order, and We
Vince.
will email copies of that order to both of you.
Thank you.